Essentially, Congressman Tim Burchett went on a podcast called Project Unity, and there was a clip floating around on Twitter where he basically was like, "Hey, there's people out there that are disinformation agents. They don't know it." He specifically used the word "they're fraud. They have a big following," and the host was like, "Oh, I know. Do you want to name names?" And Tim Burchett's like, "No." And then the host is like, "I think I know who you're talking about," but they never say a name. Well, after that comes out, that host goes in the comments and is like, he's talking about Jeremy Corbell and says it several times, like across Twitter, across YouTube. So he calls out Jeremy Corbell. So I make a video on it. Well, for some reason, just my title and thumbnail really pissed people off. And the guys at UFOB pull my post, mute me for 3 days, so that I can't respond, like, "Hey, why'd you pull my post?" Right? And then, so I haven't, I wait till the mute's over. I message them, "Hey, what's going on?" "Oh, I muted you because I knew you'd complain about us pulling your post." I said, "Complain? I've never complained to y'all once. Like, what are you talking about?" And then this other guy jumps in, this other moderator, like there's a bunch of moderators. He's like, "Hey, this is an intervention. We want to make sure your titles and thumbnails and content of your video is something we support. So we want you to change all that so that we could, for this subreddit." I'm like, "You want to control my YouTube? You want to control my titles, my thumbnails, and the content of my videos? Like, are you crazy?" I said, "Man, this is so unprofessional, y'all." And they just call me like a piece of shit. My shit's a piece of shit. All my stuff's, I have the receipts. I have the messages, dude. So like, if they try to come out and be like, "That's bullshit." Oh yeah, here it is. And I just thought, what the fuck is going on? I said, dude, y'all invited me here. I'm not, because every time I'd post, there'd be people commenting, "Why are you posting here? Who get mods, get up?" And they would never come in and say, "Hey, we invited him to post here, y'all." Right? I had to keep defending myself over and over. And I just said, "You know what, y'all? This is too much trouble for me. Y'all are trying to literally take control of my YouTube. Like, are you crazy, man? That's my YouTube. I'm not telling y'all how to run y'all subreddit. Do whatever you want. I got my own issues with your subreddit." They also told me one time, "Hey, we only allow things that," I put a video of, I don't remember who it was. I think it had Mick West in it or something. I don't know. I can't remember the video, but they're like, no. We only allow videos that support the belief of aliens and disclosure. Anything contrary to that, we don't want in the subreddit. Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay. Well, that is in their
of course,
description. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
they
do their own thing.
You can't go in there and be like, "This is all bullshit." Like,
sure,
they just don't have time for that. Yeah,
that's their thing, right? They want. I would describe it as an echo chamber, but I also understand a safe place to discuss the things you believe in, right? So I can see both sides, right? I can.
Sure,
and that's fine. That's fine, no problem. And I think they just took that and kept getting mad at. They just weren't liking my videos, even though they wouldn't watch them. Like you said, they hadn't even seen the video and people already judging off title and thumb. I'm like, dude, you need to watch the video, like, before you're judging me and asking me. But I just was so angry that they asked me to take control of, they wanted to approve they wanted to change, again, they wanted me to change my titles, my thumbnails, and video content to match.
They wanted, final cut on all your stuff. Sure.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I've never in my life has anyone ever asked me that. Like, I couldn't believe that they were doing that. And then they were just trolling me, dude. The moderators were trolling me. And I was blown, dude. I'm telling you, it blew me away. I just kept telling them, "Listen, y'all, this is so unprofessional. I don't think you guys realize how unprofessional this is. Y'all invited me here. Y'all treating all content creators like this. Like, how far do y'all think you're going to get by treating people that you invited to come here and post? If you don't like what my posts are, just say, 'Hey, man, I don't think your videos are for our subreddit.' So, you know what I mean? That's all you got to say. Not, 'Hey, why are they trying to control disclosure? Why are they trying to control the message? Why?" Does that make sense? Like, they say,
totally.
It's not for the good of the, like, you're not helping the subject. You mean reporting on what happened? My job isn't to control the narrative or push people a certain way. I just report what happened. That's it. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's like XYZ. It's like looking at a color on a wall. You go, "That's green." It's not my opinion. I'm not agreeing or disagree. You don't agree or disagree with it. It's green. So it's the same thing. And I think a lot of subreddits are like that, dude. I wouldn't trust any of the UFOs, alien. Like I just wouldn't trust any of the things that go
UFOs
out
and
there.
aliens are really
all the
bad.
bots, dude, they're so bad. And the UFOB, look, that's just my personal experience. Other people may have had better experiences with them. Like you're saying, you like them, no problem. Hey, I'm not trying to
my experience,
change your issue with them. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to influence anybody's experience as far as that, but that's just my personal experience.
I'm not a Reddit expert by any stretch. I don't really spend a lot of time there. I go there to just read articles like everybody. I see what's going on and what people are talking about because you want to keep your finger on the pulse a little bit. But I think my experience with UFOB has been that when I've noticed bot activity straight up on my account where people come in, I only noticed it there recently in the last 3 weeks. Prior to that, I didn't notice it very much at all on UFOB. Aliens, UFOs, and some of the other ones, I would see bots they swarm you. Like you get a post, you put it in, like you said, 10 seconds after you post it, it's downvoted to 0 and there's 12 comments and they're all negative. And there's just no way. That's organic. And all of that counts are 30 days old and they've got like 10 karma. It doesn't make any sense. In UFOB, when that started to happen, a couple of the mods would step in. If I reported a comment, I'd be like, this is obviously breaking the rules of the subreddit. They would pull them. And I've actually seen them like crack down on a few of these accounts. So to the extent that I've had an experience there, that's been my experience. So I've had, I haven't, but I have seen bot activity there, and I don't think it's a stretch at all to think. I mean, look,
they want the bot activity, dude. Like they didn't want to ban me from that subreddit. Why? Because they want all the numbers. Just like on your YouTube, you're not going to block people from your YouTube. You may remove their comment or this and that, but you don't want to block. You want the view, you want the thing, and they want the same thing. They want that number at the top, 80,000 people. Like they're not going to get rid of anybody. So they want bots coming in. It just helps them. It does. I hate to say that, but the bots, those numbers inflate, their numbers. So,
and if you're selling ad space, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You want that stuff. I mean, they claim, right, we got 140,000 subscribers across all platforms. And yet that's why they say that, right? Because of those numbers. But
look at what David Grush said.
I'm not saying every mod on UFOB is whatever, just the mods that I dealt with, which was like 2 or 3. I don't know their names. They didn't put their names. That's the other thing.
Anybody can apply to be a mod, including people with nefarious reasons 100%. For doing so.
Dude, I really think the mods are some of the ones you got to worry about. Now, of course, there's great mods. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely, 1,000%. And they have to deal with so much bullshit. I wouldn't want that job for anything in the world. So there's definitely great mods that I respect. They do a hard, it's a hard job. Right. It's like cops, right? It's like any job. Like it's like chefs. I was a chef. Not every chef is great, right? You're going to get bad meals. There's just some bad mods, man, with bad intentions, and they control. Think about it. They control what goes into those subreddits, man. And they are definitely making sure you're seeing what they want you to see. So if it's like, oh, I go to this subreddit because this is where all the real information and truth is, it's not. Trust me. They are stopping certain things from going in. They're trying to influence certain people. Yeah. And again, it blows my mind, to be honest with you. I just don't trust Reddit. I'm not saying the people on Reddit I don't trust, because I know a lot of people have come over from, and I'm sure for you too, come over to your channel from Reddit. I know people have, and they've messaged me and go, dude, I see what happens to you on Reddit. Like, I support you, man. I'm afraid to comment because I'm going to get, annihilated. I'm like, don't comment. You will get annihilated. Don't comment, please. Let me take the downvotes. I don't give a fuck about downvotes. Like, what the fuck do I care about down? I don't wake up every morning and go, God, how many downvotes did I get? Like, oh, my life's so great, I got upvoted. Like, I could care less about that. As long as my channel is growing, I'm building a good community of people that want to have real conversations. That's all I care about. And to be fair, I'll just admit it. I kind of used Reddit in the sense of get me exposure, get me views, bring people over to my YouTube channel. I'm just being transparent. That's exactly why I did it. I didn't do it because I want to help the people out at Reddit, because I can't trust anybody on Reddit.
I just looked at it like this is a community that wants information. You're creating a quality product and you're putting it out there, and you're asking honest questions about what's going on in space.
That's a
You're
better way to
content
say
creator.
it, Clint. That's a better way to say it than what I said.
Like, are you using it? Sure, but I mean, that's why people are there, right? So, like, who gets to decide what's, you know?
Yeah.
But I think Reddit is definitely, like, if you just want to say compromised, totally. And you have to be suspicious of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. It's just like, dude, I hear the same bullshit comments on Reddit every video I post. Hey, man, why don't you get your own content? Hey, man, why are you using the yellow arrow? Hey, man, this is clickbait. Hey, man. I'm just like, dude, can you guys get a different argument, please? Because I would love to, why don't you interact here? Why would I interact with you? You know,
sure.
Like they're mean to me, and they go, this is constructive criticism. No, that's not constructive criticism. Let me break it down. Like, there's constructive criticism and destructive criticism. Constructive criticism means you want to see me do well. You care about me, and you're giving me something to help me, right? Mm-hmm. Destructive criticism is, I hate your fucking ass, and I just want you to hear something mean. You don't care if I do well or correct the things you're telling me, right? Like, so I have no time for
classic media criticism. Manipulation.
Totally, dude.
When I go into Reddit, I'm just like, good morning, ladies. I'm here.
No, you're good about Reddit, dude. I've seen you on I wish I had your ability to be clever and like say fun things or respond to people. Dude, every response I have is so cringe, bro. I'm a douchebag when it comes to I can't do it. I don't know why. I write something, I'm like, God, that was so stupid, Patrick. Why did you write that? Like,
I think you're doing the best you can do when you're completely outnumbered, outgunned, and they have nothing but time to sit there and shoot at you all day.
I mean,
and really,
that's a good point.
What can you do? I look at it like I'm going to work, and these are people I have to deal with. These are like shitty employees. I'm going in. I'm like, good morning, everybody. Here's a post. Go ahead, light it up.
Yeah.
Did everybody clock in today? Did anybody call in sick on Friday? How's everybody? Look, are you in a cubicle? I got into it with one guy. I was like, do you get to work from home, or do you have to go on base, or like, how do you do it? And I don't know if it was bullshit. He's like, I can expense my gas and meals. And I was like,
that's
great.
Okay. That's pretty funny, actually.
It's a job. Like, there are people. Look, one of the things.
That's how I treat
all
the
claims.
YouTube, like my YouTube comment. That's how I treat it. But Reddit is like, I honestly just post and bounce. I don't.
Look at when Grush, all of the claims he made, one of the biggest ones was that there has been a sustained, intense, focused, deliberate, psychological warfare propaganda campaign.
Yeah, 100%.
Perpetrated against the American people for 70 plus years.
I agree.
That is a fact. That's been established. Like, there's no question. And we know that's true because there have been a number of court cases that have borne this out over the history of the topic, and people have looked into this.
I can see it with my own eyes.
You can see it everywhere.
Yeah. So, I can see it with my own eyes.
Why wouldn't they? Why? And then Edward Snowden comes out a few years ago and he's like, oh yeah, they own all of it. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they've got it all.
100%.
You see it. And so you just have to go, well, okay. That's the soup we're all swimming in. There's regular people in here just like me too. I'm still going to put out my stuff. I'm going to create content.
Correct.
If you want to target me on social media because you don't like what I'm doing, really you need to be thinking about the guy who's telling everybody where your craft is. That's the guy you need to worry about.